Hi there, this is the Shawn1113 podcast show recording on March 18th, 2026. Thank you so much for listening to the Shawn1113 podcast show, wherever platform you're listening to, anywhere and everywhere in the world. And with that, we got a lot of things going on right now, currently currently sports, going to April and what have you. Um, Before I even get to the Final Four and the March Madness, that is the NCAA basketball tournament, let me go on the other things first. NFL. I'll go with the NFL first. Jalen Wall getting traded to the Broncos. Probably not a surprise for a Miami Dolphin fan like myself. They are clearly rebuilding. There is no doubt about it. Rebuilding this team, the Miami Dolphins. So let's see in 2 or 3 seasons if it comes up again next year, especially in 2026, 2027, 2028, when Tua's contract is off the books, then there's going to be a lot of money to spend. But right now, this is clearly rebuilding Miami Dolphins, and and I wonder if it's going to be anywhere near 2007 when my Dolphins were 1-15. I don't know. When I don't know, but I got to see. We'll see in September to January 2027 what is going on with that. So number two, congratulations in order to Venezuela to beat the United States in a really good game. I mean, Venezuela did deserve it. I'm not gonna lie to you as far as competition goes. They made the clutch hits when they needed it. USA, I mean, I mean, Venezuela's pitching was really good for the most part. Excuse me, 1 second. Coffee for a lot of this game until Bryce Harper hit that 2-run homer. Um, USA was stifled by Venezuela's pitching for the most part. But we're in it, and then Torres made that double go ahead winning run. So got to give credit for Venezuela. The World Baseball Classic has been good for baseball anywhere and everywhere in the world, not just the U.S. but everywhere. Italy was a surprise team. Japan did surprise me by losing their game, but USA, sure, of course, I will root for USA regardless. But congratulations to Venezuela after what has happened to that country. Definitely, when it comes to baseball, well deserved. And I can imagine the streets of Venezuela, like Caracas and many other places in the world, are celebrating this achievement, and rightfully so. So that is that. NCAA first four. I will get to the NCAA basketball tournament in my final four. But the first four was really good. I was going back and forth between the WBC and that final four. Howard winning in a classic 2 minutes. That was wild. And then Texas narrowly beating NC State on a 3-pointer. That was the game-winning basket with seconds left. Wow. If it's anything, if the next first four two games are like anything like that, we should be in for a very interesting NCAA basketball tournament anyway. Now, before we even get to back to that, Premier League, um, Man City. I'm a Man City fan. I'm going to be realistic here. Beating Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League was not going to be easy, and it wasn't, and they lost. And then in the EPL, in English Premier League, they had a chance to regroup the lead, and two draws are not going to help you for sure, because Arsenal's still winning. They're not choking this time. I mean, they have a 9-point lead, and if this keeps up, Arsenal will win the Premier League. I mean, they still got time, but not much time, because they got what 13 games to go, 7, 8 games to go. So, and the league might be serious them up again. If Arsenal chokes and Man City keeps winning, it might be a different story. But I don't see Arsenal choking right now. Meanwhile, Man United and Aston Villa and Liverpool and Chelsea trying to play for the UEFA Championship League last year. That's an interesting race in itself. Brentford, Everton in the middle, Bournemouth, Fulham, Brighton, Sunderland, Crystal Palace. They're all safe. They're going to be relatively safe. Anywhere from first to 14, you're safe. The interesting part is going to be the interesting part is going to be 15th to 18th. Who's going to be deregulated? Because 3 points separate Leeds, Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham. Wouldn't that be something? Um, Tottenham would be the one deregulated. That would be something to watch. And they've lost their last four of their five. So, so I don't know. Of course, Burnley and the Wolves will even Wolverhampton will be back in the Champions League in the EFL Championship one. So, but those four teams from 15th to 18th, very interesting there. So let me give you an update on the NBA standing. Pistons still in the lead in the East by pretty much 4 games over the Celtics, with Jason Tatum coming back sooner than anybody thought. Knicks is still hot with four in a row. Cavaliers, Raptors, Magic, Heat, Hawks. Hawks is still playing some great. Oh my goodness! Again, where do these Hawks come from? 76ers, Hornets, Bucks. Who knows what's going to happen there? And the Wizards not even the worst team in the league record-wise. What the Pacers are? Well, that's because they don't have Allen Bird for the entire season. Western Conference Thunder, they're going to be very hard. Look, Oklahoma City is going to be a very hard team to beat to win the NBA championship. Come on, Lakers. I think Luka's the MVP of this. I think right now, in my opinion, if you want an MVP of the league candidate, Luka or Wembyana or SGA or Anthony Edwards or maybe also, you know, there's a lot of other. It's a wide open MVP race, but right now, Thunder, Spurs, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Suns, and Clippers. Clippers barely hanging on, and so do the Warriors and Trailblazers. Nice little surprise in the Trailblazers. Can they make it to play in? Who knows? But we'll see what happens. That's the NBA current NBA standings. The NHL standings: Sabres try and get that President's Trophy. So is Carolina. They might be the two teams to beat. I think Carolina. Um, anything that 74 points and above, you're competing for that playoff spot in the East. So right now, like I said, Sabres should be winning right now in Hurricanes, Penguins, Islanders, Blue Jackets, Flyers, Bruins or Red Wings are a little bit back, but I'm hoping they'll make the playoffs this year. And maybe the Flyers, yeah, for a good storyline going to the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. In the Western Conference, Avalanche competing at President's Trophy, try to hold off the Stars. Minnesota's playing some really good. Anywhere, in my opinion, from 71 or 71 to 76 points, you're in the playoff hunt. Really and truly in the playoff hunt. Then you have Anaheim, Edmonton. I mentioned Edmonton had that slow start, and here they are. Vegas, Seattle, LA Kings back a little bit. Then you have Utah. Maybe they might make it. Predators. Glad to see them make some kind of comeback there. But like I said, we're going to see what happens in the NHL. That's the NHL standings. Eastern and Western Conference. That time goes on. Now to the NCAA basketball tournament, men's basketball. I do not talk about the women's tournament. Somebody else can talk about that in length for the women's basketball tournament, but I talk about the men's basketball tournament. To be perfectly honest with you. Like I said, the first four was really good. Here's my final four. I'm picking Duke, Houston, Purdue, and Michigan, with Michigan to win it all. And this is my official Final Four pick. there. So I'll list it there. Who's my Final Four, and I'll pick Michigan to win it all. So that that's my opinion about that. Again, upcoming events, um, Masters. Masters golf tournament. This is tough for everyone. Of course, the NHL, NBA playoffs eventually will come in April or May. Um, at that point, college, and then you got all kinds of college stuff. You got all kinds of actually volleyball might be good for that. Lacrosse. This is anywhere from March to May. It's a good time for sports. NFL draft. I think Mendoza will be the number one pick for the draft. To be honest with you, there's so much stuff, good stuff going on. WrestleMania 42. I think 42. If you saw AEW Revolution, that was good. It's just different. If you're a wrestling fan, it's just different from the WWE. WWE is the 500-pound monster owned by another monster like TKO that's already been have another monster in UFC, and it always keeps growing. As the monster that it is, it's like a premium steak, like a wagyu steak. AEW has a great ribeye bone steak that is great to have. That's what I think about the two companies. Nice, just the type of steak. Premium, maybe semi-premium AEW, but they're both different in so many ways. So that's a win for the wrestling fan, to be honest with you. WrestleMania coming up, and if you saw Brock Lesnar over at the beginning of that Raw segment, wow, I haven't heard that kind of buzz in a long time in WWE. WWE, to be perfectly honest with you, AEW got a really good buzz with their live events and pay per views, and I'm guarantee you they got to be happy about. If you're HBO Paramount, you got to be happy what they did from a business standpoint. So Ronda Rousey going to AEW, but it seems odd. It really does. So from a wrestling fan standpoint, you're winning anyway because you can choose WWE, you can choose AEW, or you can choose the independent MLW, TNA. There's a what I'm trying to say is this: it's different. The variety is much more different than it was in the Monday Night Wars, if you think about it. So I feel like in sports, a lot of times it is. Now, don't forget, I'm not forgetting the MLB season coming up pretty soon. Also, the FIFA World Cup and a lot of other sports. This is a good time of year to be in pro wrestling entertainment anyway. Boxing also as well. I got to see some good matches besides Pacquiao and Mayweather again, which I'm not looking forward to be honest. Um, there's a lot. There is a lot of things coming up between March now and May. One of the best times of year for sports, this period. Enjoy it, watch it, attend it, do what, have it on streaming, wherever you got to do. There's a variety. That's my point. There's plenty to choose from. There's a variety. There's plenty of that variety to choose from as well. And with that, I've already said enough. This is the Shawn1113 podcast show, recorded on March 18th, 2026. You love this podcast, everything will be listed down below. It'll be shared also on X as well. And with that, thank you so much for listening. Please stay encouraged no matter what. Live your life as normal as possible and question everything and anything. Thank you. God bless you.